¿Qué onda, gente? Acá estamos en otro video de Kingdom Come Deliverance. Continuando esta aventura, nos habíamos quedado en la parte donde estábamos huyendo del pueblo, luego del ataque del ejército de Segismundo. Así que bueno, vamos a ir continuando nuestra huida. Luego de ese traumático suceso de que mataron a nuestros padres adelante nuestro, vamos a tener que huir del pueblo. Que nos dijeron los guardias que huyamos por esta parte del costado, porque ya habían cerrado la puerta. Ya. Bueno, ayer que subí el episodio número 1 se subió bastante bien, creo yo. Hubo un problema con el sonido que se muteaba de... No sé si se muteaba, pero como que se bajaba el sonido de mi voz. Andá a saber por qué. Espero que también suceda. Opa. Está pidiendo ayuda, ¿no? ¿Me puede ayudar? La X. No, era mentira. La X puedo. Me muevo. Ok. Con la mayúscula. No. Con el Shift corro. Y doble Shift corre más rápido. Bien. Intuitivo dentro de todo. Doble Shift. Che, destrozaron todo. Pobre el amigo Henry. No, no te quedes parado. Dale, corre, caballito. ¿Cómo que tengo una hemorragia? El personaje está sangrando y no sabe cómo vendarse las heridas. Tiene que buscar a alguien que te ayude. Ah, pero re positivo. Encima que no le carga las y tanto iguales. ¿Por dónde tengo que ir? A la izquierda. Bueno, bien, escapamos fácil. Dentro de todo. Ya están los aldeanos escapando. Yo si fuera este, me metería por los árboles, que te... No tanto por acá porque te van a ver de acá a la China. ¿Qué querés que te diga? ¿Nos sigue ahí? Sí, nos sigue ahí. Corre, Henry. Encima se me está por quedar sin estamina el caballito. ¿Qué dice eso? Se me enojó el caballo. Yeah. ¿Está lejos esto? Porque no me quedo sin estamina. Me agarran y parten en tres. Bien, bien. Se me enoja de vuelta. No. Dale, dale. No es que si muero yo, morí vos también. Te lo pido, por favor. Y encima tengo hambre. No. Ah, mira ahí este castillo. Bien, llega. Mira, Henry. Con una flecha. Algo que me quedó de la duda pasado es si quieren que lean los subtítulos cuando hablan a los chavales. No sé si quieren escuchar su voz o escuchar la mía. Sí. yo, por las dudas, voy a dejar que escuchen su voz y lean los subtítulos. Pero si quieren que sea a vez que yo los lea, me lo dicen. Lo que sí voy a leer las opciones de diálogo, eso sí. Pero bueno, lo otro dejo que lo lean ustedes, por lo pronto. A no ser que quieran lo contrario. Bueno, bien. Ahora llegamos a este castillo, este pueblo. Se ve un poco mejor que el nuestro. Con nuestro Henry que está medio... Patrick.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Ese tiene pinta de ser el
Tartars,
lord
you say?
de este lugar.
Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy.
Le va a doler hasta el alma.
I'm gonna pull that arrow out.
Se le apagó la luz. Bien.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone.
Bueno,
You only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
sí señor. Lord Divish se llama el hombre de este lugar. Que si no me equivoco también existió en la vida real. No, creo que no era tan viejo
Sir,
para esta época,
this is a survivor
pero
from...
I
bueno,
heard, Robart.
existió.
Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? Were there any
Sí,
more survivors?
So,
algunos hubieron.
I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robart. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
Henry.
Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry.
En paz descanse.
It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Bien.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Bien, misión completada, cabalgar hasta Talberg. Ahora tenemos que hablar con Sir Robert. Si me permiten un segundo, cierro esto un segundo, abro acá y lo pongo de vuelta. Listo. Disculpen por ese momentito. Sir Robert. Está por acá. Señor.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow
Bien,
is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Sí, yo tenía un hambre. Me aparece el símbolo de hambre y de la cama.
I heard about your father.
Así que tengo hambre y sueño. Ah, con Sir Robert tengo que ir.
I hear you. Look out.
Ahí está.
I'm sure he had his
Oh,
reasons.
God.
He had a fine reputation.
Eat.
It's a great loss.
Food.
Se muere de hambre, Carmen. Dale, maestro, me estoy muriendo de hambre. Te lo pido por favor. Gracias.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul, after everything he's been through?
Sí, ni te digo,
Must be as
señora.
hungry as a bear.
Muerto
aren't
de
you,
hambre estoy.
young master. Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
Dos jarras de vino.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed.
Claro, una
Let him sleep in
camita.
a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes. Thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Igualmente.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before you get
Señor,
into
sí,
bed.
señor. Igual una duchita no vendría mal, Lleno de sangre, de que me cagó el palo el viejo, después un flechazo. Toda la... Uy, se me desmaya el tipo, come, dale. Puré de lentejas. No, pero comelo. Pato asado. Bien. Y ahora acá, pato asado. Nos vemos puré de lentejas. Comer con la E. Energía, salud. Bueno, abajo a la derecha nos dice cuánto tenemos de cada cosa. También las habilidades nos dicen. Vitalidad. Calculo que será... No sé qué será. ¿La comida? Bueno, voy a robarte la comida por la duda. No, yo sé que te agarré hambre a mitad de la noche, ¿no? Tomate, queso. De todo tenemos. Buena pinta tiene el queso. Pero posta, comés todo esto de queso y no vas al año, ¿no? Se te tapa el amigo por un año. Pero si acabamos de comer lenteja, ¿por qué seguís con hambre? ¿Comemos pato? ¿Querés? Mira, saciedad es comida. Pero mientras más comés, menos energía tenés. Una locura. Vamos a dormir porque me desmayo acá. Che, está fachero el pueblo, ¿no?
Oh, good God.
Espero que no vengan los cumanos esos.
I need to lie
Los
down before I
tucumanos.
split
Espero
my
que no vengan
face
acá.
open from yawning.
Cuando estés cansado, la resistencia y la elocuencia también van disminuyendo. La solución es dormir. Hay que buscar una cama disponible que se reconoce por el icono de la bruja. De la bruja, no, de la brújula. Hay que sentarse en ella con la E. Hola, ¿me dejas dormir, por favor? Te lo ruego. Quiero dormir solo. Se me cerraron los ojos. Por favor, te lo pido.
Seems I'm not good enough for the Jets.
¿Esta no es mi cama? Vamos a dormir, no sé, 10 horas. Lo normal. Termina 8. Ah, pero no dormimos un carajo. 2 horitas con suerte. Mira, no se acuerdan, no sé si se acuerdan del episodio anterior, pero el viejo decía que si le dolía... Bueno, contaba la mamá de Henry que al papá cuando le dolía las articulaciones significaba que iba a llover. Y mira, pero después está lloviendo.
It is I, Henry.
No,
Forgive the
comida.
intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy.
Comida y vino.
My lady.
Por lo que veo,
No,
sigo sucio.
no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you
Quiere matanga,
could
Henry.
do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you, but I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Bueno, una pequeña charla con la señora. No puedo hablar de ello, contar la historia. Y la tenemos que contar porque es la dama de este lugar.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible.
Mira, agarra la cámara.
Unexpected. The day started just like any other.
Sí.
Father sent me into town on some errands.
Carbón, corte de herramientas. Fui a la taberna por cerveza y allí vi a mi amada Bianca. Fui a cobrar una deuda, me reuní con mis amigos, con Bianca.
I went to the tavern to buy
Che, es
ale
por
for
tiempo la
father.
respuesta, ¿eh?
I know it's a job for a groom.
No sabías.
Because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening. But our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised father I'd help him with his work,
Sí.
and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Padre y yo hablábamos de la vida, Sir Radzig vino a buscar la espada, estaba aprendiendo esgrima. Sir Radzig vino a buscar la espada.
The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
Sí.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town.
Vi un número en el horizonte, era una horda enorme de atacantes. Humanos, era una horda enorme de atacantes.
A horde of
Ay, qué
soldiers
rápido.
amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armor glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz.
Los agentes de Skalitz huyeron a recuperarse el castillo, vi cómo asesinaban a mi dama Bianca, Tudesco intentó defenderse pero cayó, mataron a mi madre, padre...
Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get mother. She was
no sé qué
town,
respondí,
surrounded
se
by
terminó el tiempo.
Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him
Ah, la
fight
del
like
padre,
that.
ya.
But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armor, saw father and charged at him. Cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
Los humanos estaban saqueando el pueblo, comenzó el asedio, necesitaba un caballo, corrí por mi vida. Estaban saqueando el pueblo.
I wasn't safe yet. The humans were going from house to house below the castle, looting and then torching them. They encircled the castle, and it was clear they could spot me at any moment.
May God punish them.
Reputación ganada.
I heard a scream.
Bien.
It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person.
Y le ayudamos, me parece.
And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life.
Sí.
After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
Oh, you poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world.
Satan.
That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
7 años.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go.
Y la verdad que
and let
estaría
you
bueno.
sleep.
No, pero no te llevé la comida.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night.
Buenas
And
noches.
God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Bueno, esta historia que nos contó la señora es un poco verdad, un poco licencia del juego, porque no hay mucha información que digamos de esta época, y menos de este señor que no se sabe casi nada. Pero bueno, es un poco verdad, un poco mentira. Un poco mentira no, un poco creado por ellos, porque como no hay información no se sabe. Puede que haya sido verdad, puede que no. Y acá tenemos a Henry traumatizado. No lo culpo.
Help us. Don't be a coward.
No seáis cobarde.
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements.
Está hecho
One of our
mierda,
patrols
Henry.
reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Menos mal que dijo que no durmiera con las zapatillas puestas, ¿eh? Yo lo veía con las zapatillas puestas. Lo único que le pidió viejo: ir a las almeidas por las escaleras y tomar una antorcha de mesa. Ok. Antorcha de mesa. Poder usar la antorcha inmediatamente manteniendo el 1. Bien. Abrir. Bueno, tenemos que ir a las almedas. ¿Dónde están las almedas? Patata. Acá. Capitán Robar. ¿Seguro de Capitán Robar? No. Ah, ya. Qué lluvia. Escuchá, si sos Segismundo y su ejército, preparaos para lo peor. Pero que no. Que no.
Hey, you men down there.
Los de ahí abajo, les digo a la gente de fuera de las murallas que se preparen para el ataque. Damos prisa, ¿de acuerdo? De acuerdo. ¿Alguien se ve ahí? No sé, el choto. Ah, tengo que hablar. ¿Qué está pasando?
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
¿Otro ataque?
Then who is it? The scouts Jivis sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you're right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Ah, no.
May the Lord watch over us.
Ante la duda, flechazo.
Oh! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his
Mira,
minions!
el alemán.
House rubber!
Sir Radzig! What a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Dimish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep. Well, Radzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry? It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat. I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened. Messenger? The lad you sent to warn us. He's alive? He made it to you? He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
Con el pelo de un
A
calvo.
brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
Well, what will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you
¿Quiere
want
volver?
there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Bueno, bastante sobrevivieron, ¿no? También bastante murieron, ¿no? Pero dentro de todo... Mira ese rayo. Una foto.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol.
Muchachos,
Sort out the
realizamos
watch
patrullas
between
acá.
you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or
Si está
slacking
bebiendo,
off, I'll personally break every bone in his body.
le va a romper los huesos.
I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will
Hay que
surely
estar
have sent
atento y
spies,
segundo
and likely men
durante
as
10
well, to
días.
follow the Skalitz people. Now he knows they've fled.
Seguramente
Keep your eyes
enviaré
peeled
hombres acá.
and report everything to me at once. Understood?
Comprendido. ¿Yo qué hago? Yo quiero dormir, che. Estoy muerto de sueño. ¿En qué puedo ayudar? No, ¿cómo que puedo ayudar, Henry?
I could use an extra pair of eyes.
Un par de ojos adicional, los vuestros parecen agudos. Haréis guarda en las almacenas.
I'd
Petición
rather it was
orden.
a request you answered yesterday.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. I'll be with you.
Ok. Así que tenemos que mirar por acá a ver si viene algo. Ah. Por más que quiera ver, no veo nada. Posta. Bueno, vimos que pudieron oír algunos habitantes de nuestro pueblo. Nuestro amigo Henry quiere volver. No lo dejaron volver. Cosa que te digo bastante suicida de su parte. Entiendo que su padre, su madre, su novia, sus amigos estén muertos ahí, pero medio suicida de su parte. Para andar a meterte entre medio de un ejército, agarrar los cuerpos, hacer una tumba
Wandering around like a stray
y,
sheep. Must be your first watch,
y meterlos en la tumba
I don't think anything
y
much will
huir
be happening
sin que se
today.
den cuenta.
You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
No, o sea que vamos a dormir. Si hay que esperar algo, se puede dejar el tiempo apretando la T y elegir cuánto tiempo se quiere esperar. Ah, bien. hasta las 6, ¿te parece? Buena hora. Objetivo inicial, esperar hasta la mañana. ¿No es la mañana? Hay tipo... Ok. Están tocando la trompeta. ¿Habrán llegado los humanos? ¿Los humanos? Casi me caigo.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause.
Hay que sacar miniatura.
We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of
Pila.
Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markwart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markwart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble.
Sí.
It seems to me,
Bastante
though,
noble.
that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king. And here in Talmberg, divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to
No,
know,
ni idea. Nunca lo vi,
where he
Nunca
might
lo
be
vi.
at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Tiene razón.
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Exacto.
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Hasta la este no vuelas. Bueno, este pelado también existió en la vida real. Pero para este año, en 1403, ya había muerto hace 4 años, me parece. 4 por ahí ya había muerto. Así que por lo menos que lo revivieron para el juego. Pero bueno, no le influyó a nadie, ¿no? Mira, tiene rulo, Segismundo. ¡Wow! Se repliegan. Bien, bien. Nuestro amigo vive un día más.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Linda masa. Qué miradita lo del pelo. Bien. ¿Y ahora qué tenemos que hacer? Hablar con Sir Robert.
My respects to you.
Tengo que ir a Skalitz. ¿Por qué Sigismundo atacó Skalitz? ¿Qué pretende Sigismundo? ¿Qué sabéis acerca de los humanos? Vamos a preguntarle por los
Where did
humanos.
these humans come from anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
¿Qué pretende Sigismundo?
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg, well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct me.
No, secuestraron a
So then why
Wenceslas.
did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Está en una posición estratégica y las fortificaciones son fuertes. Tenía miedo de que los señores insurgentes de Kutnahora por usar las reservas de grano para dar de comer a su ejército. Voy a tirar esto.
Because it's a fertile place with full granaries that could feed Sigismund's troops?
That's not it.
Ah, casi.
King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia.
Es la segunda ciudad más importante de toda Bohemia.
He who commands the Kuttenberg
En todo el Sacro Imperio Romano.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained
Mataron a los aliados de Wenceslao antes de que armaran el ejército y de paso se hicieron con una fortuna. ¿Por qué Sigismundo atacó Skalitz? Sí, ¿no? Porque un pueblo chiquitito.
That's war for you, lad.
Así la
Certain
verdad.
lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
Tengo que ir a Skalitz.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
He enterrado a mis padres. Dejadme ir antes de que pierda los estribos. Si estuvieras en mi pellejo haría lo mismo. Y nosotros tenemos más corazoncitos, así que vamos a tirar corazoncitos.
My parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad,
Flash.
but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Ok. Fin del diálogo. Sí, bueno. No nos atacaron acá al menos. Henry quiere ir a Skalitz y su pueblito. Pero por lo visto no nos dejan ir a su pueblito. Con razón igual, medio suicida lo que quiere Henry. Pero bueno. Y ahora no saber qué tenemos que hacer. Por lo pronto, yo voy a dormir. Primero voy a hablar con los chavales esto, a ver qué dicen. Hola, lugareño.
Jesus Christ be praised.
¿Hay un comerciante en alguna parte? A ver.
Can you tell me who I can buy something from or sell to?
Aye. What about the pond
Potaba.
keeper, your man? He ought to be by the granary. At least that's
Junto
the
al
last place I
granero.
saw him.
Ok. ¿Y el
What do you
ejército
think about
segundo?
Sigismund withdrawing?
It was a stroke of good luck. I know everyone says how clever Sir Divish is and all that, but it was a dangerous situation.
Casi se sale de madre.
Sigismund is
¿Qué
awful
decía?
unpredictable. He abducts the king, raids towns, brings foreign mercenaries into the heart of our country. God alone knows what he'll get up to next.
Es una mezcla entre el español de España y México esto. ¿Cuál día? No mames, güey. ¿Cómo zafamos? Casi chingamos por el ejército Sigismundo. Se volvió todo humano. Mira que está botaba. Che, vos sabés que tengo unos quesos, boludo, para venderte. Comerciar. Tengo queso, pata de pato creo que era, o ganso, no sé qué era. Esto no creo que lo coma, la verdad. Estoy viendo los 5. Carne seca. No sé. Mapa del tesoro. Vino barato. Vino barato. Estoy viendo el vino barato. Destilería ilegal. Si me compro algo ilegal, bienvenido sea. Ganzúa, carne seca, mapa, snap, redentor, vendaje. Creo que listo, a ver qué. Ah, le estaba comprando, soy un boludo. Nah. Ya te la puedo creer. Viernes este. Quitar. Ya decía yo que hacía con destilería ilegal. Y con vino barato. Ahí está. Vender. Manzana, teniendo manzanas. 3 manzanitas. 3 panes. 4 quesos. Y listo, ¿no? Poción. Caléndula. Snap redentor, vendaje. Mi ropa. Antorcha. Sí. Comprar. Ganzúa cuando están 14. Deja, no quiero nada. Mirad esto. Regateamos.
Can we do something about the price?
Sure, why not?
¿Qué te parece si me das 8? 8 es un buen precio.
Agree?
A nice sum. Just
Un
lower
poco
your
más hay que
demands a
bajar.
little and we'll agree.
Pero vos subí. Bien. 7,9, ¿qué te parece?
All right. And now?
A nice
¿Un poco
sum.
más?
Just
Un poco
lower your
menos, digo.
demands a little and we'll agree.
7,7. Buen precio. Ni para mí ni para mí.
For that amount, I can
Bien.
be persuaded.
Bien pela. Bien semi pela. ¿Y eso? ¿Me dejas huir?
Good day to you. What do you need?
Necesito ir a mi pueblo. ¿Me dejas?
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a
Come
comely
on.
wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Enterrar a mis padres. Déjame salir o no respondo. Es que no saben quién soy. Estoy dispuesto a pagar. Si Rodan me ha dado permiso. Vamos a responderle. Estoy dispuesto a pagar.
I have to get out of here to bury my parents. I'd reward anyone who'd help me.
14. No tengo plata. No sé cuánto tengo. 12,5.
Since it's you.
More.
Más. $13.
Agree?
I'd almost shake on that.
Casi.
Almost.
13,5.
Reward, you say? Only, if I let you go, everyone will know what happened, and I'll be for it.
Wey,
Now, if you could make it so I've got an excuse not to recognize you,
que no reconocí.
then we'd be talking.
Encontré la armadura de Talbert en la casa de la guardia que esté sobre la puerta. Pensaré en algo.
See what I can do.
Bien.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comfort.
No, pero sí, ya.
But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not
Así
to
que
open
tenemos que
the
encontrar
gate,
una
and you
armadura o algo así
especially
para
not to be
disfrazarnos de soldado y poder huir.
My mother and father were left in Skalitz like carrion. I have to bury them. I can't leave them to the dogs.
I'm sorry, my friend, but I can't. You'll have to persuade Sir Robard, or think something up so I don't end up in the shit for it. Otherwise, forget it.
Bueno.
What am I supposed to think up?
How should I know? Maybe some disguise
disfraz.
to say I didn't recognize you? If a Talmberg soldier turns up all kitted out properly, in armor and a helmet, then of course I'll let him go. That's obvious.
Alright, I'll have a look around for something.
Listo. Fin del diálogo.
Good luck to you.
Bien, así que tenemos que buscar una armadura por algún lugar. Que calculo que sea en el castillo. Gente sin cabeza, lo normal, ¿no? Podemos entrar, ¿no? Hola, lugareño. Tengo hambre. ¿Se puede? ¿Comida tienen? ¿De casualidad? ¿Puedo comer de ahí? Comida de caldera. Perdón. Pero voy a comer... No, no puedo. Te cierro la puerta, Gracias. Acá también. Chau. Armadura. Acá. Forzar. No le vamos a robar, no vamos a ser tan descarados. Acá hay algo... No. Por lo visto, no sé. Alguien se estaba muriendo. Acá... Nada. Acá se tiene que forzar. Que hay gente durmiendo. ¿Y acá? Tampoco. Ah, mira, tenemos una marca. A ver. En la A. Abrir. Zona privada. Que no me viene nadie. Cerramos. Tenemos que robar armadura. Me gusta más este escudo. No tenemos ganzúas. Flechas. Somos unas ratas, ¿eh? ¿Será que nos dan cobijo o le robamos todo? Muy difícil. Me pareció un símbolo de robar acá. Sí. Robar. Mira. Ando a saber que estoy robando. Acá nada. Capaz que necesito comprar una ganzúa. Ahí me salió la antorcha. Difícil. Arco, mira. Yo no estoy robando, estoy tomando cosas prestadas. Bueno, tenemos que comprar una armadura, así que tenemos que, primero, encontrar algo para vender. Y segundo, vendérsela al chabón. Va, capaz que le puedo vender un poco de ese coso redentor, algo así. No sé bien para qué sirve. Ah, no, para con él. Así que le vendo ese Cristo de Redentor. Así, y compro un par de ganzúas. Salimos chill. Primero ver para qué sirve ese Cristo de Redentor. Caléndula. Info. Eso no, un mínimo de 30 de salud. Disipa el efecto de la resaca, no el efecto de poción de láser. Bien, o sea que sería como una poción de vida para los amigos. Y la otra era para guardar partida, ¿no? Sí. 8. Ah, bueno, vamos. Votaba. Yo lo votaba. Te quiero comprar 2 ganzúas, ¿te parece? 3 ganzúas. Y te vendo Snap Redentor. Te vendo 4, ¿te parece bien? Regateemos.
Can we do something about the price?
Why not?
Ah, no tiene plata. Cancelemos. Te vendo menos. Si no tenés plata, si sos pobre. Tengo monedas. Te compro azúes. Dinero es esto. Te compro 4. Te vendo. Me lo compro más barato ahora. Te vendo 3. Regateemos.
Let's have a word about the price.
Aye.
Me das 20. ¿Te parece?
What about this?
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Casi. 15. Ni para vos ni para mí.
And now?
That sounds
Poco menos, sos un laucha.
A little less and I'll be satisfied.
10.
Oh, that's a decent price.
Bien. Ahora vamos a abrir la cerradura. Cerramos por acá. Y abrimos esto. Que digo yo que está en la armadura acá, ¿no? A mí me cuesta una locura abrir la cerradura por acá. Bien, soy una máquina del mal. Robemos. Armadura, colchada. Robamos. Un yelmo, una cofia, cuello. Guantes. Y eso rojo. Bien. Ahora nos ponemos eso. Equipar. Equipamos. Camisa verde, cofia, cuello, escudo. Y la espada de cierre. Y el tabardo rojo. Bien. Así que con esto podríamos escapar, se supone. Pero antes de escapar voy a dejar este capítulo por acá, porque ya se nos hizo un poco bastante largo, de 1 hora. Así que bueno, le agradecería que me dejen su like, me gusta. Si se quiere suscribir sería un lujo. Algún consejito, algo como por ejemplo el de leer o no los subtítulos. Hay un chabón ahí. Y si quieren que suba algún otro tipo de juego, más o menos este estilo, medieval o de aventura. Por ejemplo, yo tenía pensado subir el Fallout o el Bioshock. Así que bueno, cualquier comentario se agradece. Si le gustó, dije su me gusta. Si no le gustó, su dislike. Así que bueno, nos estaremos viendo la próxima. Chau chau.